from these friends. A few weeks ago, I thought to send an inspirational message to Christophe, and I have been following his journey with so many others. Since then, as one will expect from Christophe's platform, my show that created a stir of inquiry locally. So today, I hope to inquire with Christophe and bring to you some story behind the story, the documentary, and the rising movement with One Man's Three Heart. Let's go.
And it's so nice to see you, my film ladybug. Thank you so much for all of your support. You have been with me since day one, and I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate you and everyone that has been following along in my journey from all parts of the world.
What was it that made you want to share your story with the world?
It's actually ironic because for so much of my life, I did everything I could to conceal and hide my illness, the things that I was going through, and different aspects of my personality. And so to be in a place now where I'm so comfortable being able to share such vulnerable and intimate parts of my life, it's a place that I never expected I would get to. My dad was one of the first people to encourage me to write my story and share my experiences. And while I definitely enjoyed writing, there was still part of me that didn't believe my story was worth sharing. You know, I thought to myself, people get sick all the time. What's so special and unique about what I'm going through? Why would anyone even care? And it wasn't until my late 20s that I finally started to understand the impact that my story in particular could have on people in the world. It was actually my brother and my now sister-in-law who went to a psychic one night. And my brother's a skeptic when it comes to these things. So when he came home in a complete panic that night, rushing into my room like, Chris, I need to talk to you. The psychic said, as soon as I get home, I have to tell you to start writing. That night, I decided to start a blog. And it was just basically a short intro into who I was as a person and the things that I have been through, just to kind of see if anyone had any interest. And that entry got over 15,000 hits overnight, which is the equivalent of going viral today. Once I realized that there was a genuine interest in my story, that's when I started to write my book. It took me about 3 years on and off. I told myself when I was writing that I wanted to be as authentic and real as possible, and I never wanted it to be forced. And so that's why the process kind of took me as long as it did. I self-published because I really believe that I could self-publish. You know, there's a lot of work involved, and I knew that I had what it took to get it done. And in November of 2015, I finally self-published my memoir, One Man, Three Hearts, Nine Lives, on Amazon.
Christophe, it was difficult for you to be so open and share not just your own life, but the life of your family and your friends?
That was one of the main things that I had to take into consideration. You know, because I was not just telling my own story, right? I was telling the story of my loved ones, my family, my friends. And I really had to think about how my words was going to impact them. If you read, you'll notice that I was very strategic in keeping the focus on myself, my thoughts, my feelings, my reactions to things, because I did not want to expose my loved ones in that way. I even changed everybody's name. While if you're close enough to me, you can kind of put the pieces together and figure out who's who. I just really wanted to respect their privacy. For me, I've come such a long way. I've done a lot of internal work to the point that I'm very comfortable now to just share such intimate parts of my life. But that's not to say my loved ones feel the same. And so it was definitely challenging for me to navigate those boundaries. But in the end, I think I did a pretty good job.
We see you wrote the book first. Can you share how it became a documentary, please?
Naturally, after some time, things kind of plateaued, I really felt like I reached a dead end because with the book, let's be honest, not everybody's a reader, especially in 2023. Chances are they're going to get it on Audible, if anything. And so I was desperate for ways to kind of take the book to the next level. It was at that time that a good family friend referred us to the award-winning production team at Sugar Beach Digital. I still remember our first conference call. I was still stuck on the book. I was thinking that maybe they could do a promo video or video that represented the book to kind of help boost sales. 5 months later, Sugar Beach Digital surprised me with a full-on 23-minute documentary short that completely blew me and my family away.
Christophe, could you tell us at what moment did you realize that your book, your story, was about to become an important digital movement? Please.
It was not too long after the documentary short It Started with the Heart was produced by Sugar Beach Digital. Next thing I know, we had an official website. There was a GoFundMe set up. We were entering into film festivals. I think once I introduced the short to my audience, it allowed them to see me in a very different light. I went from being Christophe the author, now stepping into the shoes of Christophe the filmmaker. I also learned that as creative and smart as I am, I can't do this alone, and everybody needs a team, and I have been very fortunate and blessed to build a solid filmmaking team around me. I owe so much to everyone that's been in my corner, especially the producer of the documentary, Jennifer Cascardo. She has helped to elevate my brand in a way that once again has really exceeded my expectations. And we're just getting started. We have a lot of exciting things in the works that we can't wait to share, and I'm just really excited about the whole journey that I've been on. I've learned a lot, and I still have a lot to learn. But truthfully, I'm not just excited about the whole filmmaking journey. I'm really excited to continue connecting with each and every one of you and just to have fun in the process.
Christophe, as a short documentary experience thus far brought the attention to your life mission you had hoped for?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, I'm very proud of my book. That's my baby, and it'll always have a very special place in my heart. But I have to say, ever since the short was produced, everything elevated. My platforms, especially working with Jennifer for branding and marketing and all the consulting that we've done together, we've really been able to take things up to a level that exceeded my expectations. I'm just so grateful for all the opportunities that have come about since the documentary short. We were accepted into 6 film festivals across the country. We were even nominated for Best Documentary Short in one. I have received so many inquiries for different speaking engagements, and I've been able to get my story out there, and a lot of them been able to show the short, and to see the reaction in real time is just, it's absolutely priceless. You can't get that from a book.
Christophe, thank you for spending time with me, your film Ladybug, and of course, all of us sharing you all around the world.
And I have to thank you for these questions because it's allowed me the opportunity to share and express in a way that I don't think I really have before. And I'm just very grateful for you and for all your support. Thanks, Anne.